oneness. And just another word, really, is it? Can the mind stop for one moment? I don't mean no thinking, just analysing. Is not every word just a word? I mean, is it not just a way of describing the same thing? Every word that has been designed to form some sort of mechanical but acceptable, placid way. Words are not designed to try and create division or superiority or controlling elements. Words are designed purely for trying to understand, project, share, and enhance that what is experienced. The unfortunate thing is, the words are far more predominant, important than the actual experience. When you've had an experience, matters not what type of experience for you, and there becomes a moment when you cannot simply describe that experience. It's wordless. It's beyond explanation. That's not forever, you see, because the mind will say, no, try. Okay, I want to try and I want to share this. I want to try and describe this experience, whether it's a near-death experience, whether it's a being crossing the road in a car, braking and nearly hitting you, and that moment of, and afterwards it is so overpowering, the experience, that it takes a few moments for the mind to say, oh my God, I nearly died. A car hit me. There's nothing wrong with words. They are just made up syllables from noise and energy, the same as you. But it's when you become the word, the identity, the name, and everything is controlled by the words and not the feelings, the emotions of every experience. What is seen is the whole system, and every business and a human element is broken because we have each department where attention is on that, whatever it is their attention is on. And they don't take a step back and say, okay, now that I've completed that project, how does it work with the other projects? What effect does it have on the other departments? What effect does it have on the consumer, or whatever it is you're doing, or the public, or the maker of the designer or the builder? You just do your bit and you pass it on. You see, pass it on. When the project collapses and there's an inquiry and the independent, whatever it is, comes in and says, well, why did this happen? Well, I did my bit. My bit was okay. It was them. You're always frightened of being caught out. The project should never collapse if your attention is on every element, every department, and each department on each other. But who am I, a meager, a meager old man that takes no part in this enterprise, this entrepreneurship, this building world of trying to create something that is mostly unnecessary. Do you need evidence? We build houses and houses and houses, and each time we build 100 new houses, there's 100 old ones lying vacant that are still within that, livingness that pass all safety aspects, all health aspects. No, leave them. Oneness. You see? Oneness on that last 3-4 minutes was broken. Started speaking about individual departments. Good houses, bad houses. You see how easy it is to get caught into the trap of duality, of separation, of division. And it's all because of words. It's all because of that, what do you call it? Erring for the side of speaking, and instead of feeling, instead of accepting that the misinterpretation of what I just said could cause problems. So therefore, what I have to do is take a step back, retract it, and say, okay, do I want to share these words? And for the purpose of this video is to share them, to see how easy it is to get caught into the trap of breaking up this oneness through words, thoughts, ideas, concepts, and conditioned ways of seeing the difference between good and bad. Oneness means that if you have a virus, a pandemic, a COVID-19, whatever the virus is, it is not different from the vaccine, because they're both born from the same elements. They're both born from human creativity or human destruction, whatever. Humans, matters not how you describe it. So the virus was made by man, regardless of what type of making it is. We're not going into the who did it, why did they do it, how did they do it. It was made by man, mankind. Whether in an intentional way or an accidental way, it matters not. It is here. The vaccine also made by man. Whether in an intentional way or an accidental way that people get side effects, matters not. Both are the same. And the people, same. All trying the same thing. To continue with the evolution of mankind, but also to make sure that there is a controlling element in mankind. For whatever reason, good or bad. Oneness means you don't understand. Oneness means the speaker is speaking blurb, not understanding what he's saying. Because the one that is speaking does not need to understand, because the one that is speaking is not part of the, not separate from the process, but not part of the intent. There is no intent. Whether it's good intent or bad intent, intent is the way of trying to solve something that is already okay. Trying to prevent and cure something that is out of human hands. Even before the virus or the vaccine is made, the humans will experience some sort of natural disasters through the earth, through the atmosphere, through the universal changes. And of course we can blame the environment and we can blame pollution and all that stuff. But it is a makeup of both, is it really? Not. We can all become squeaky clean. We can all just sit in the rain with no houses. Let's not knock down any trees. Let's not work. Let's not use cars. Let's just sit outside, right? And hope that food falls in our laps. And let's not argue and quarrel and meditate, and we'll just sit like some big whole community of peaceful beings. And everything should be okay. Yeah, no, nature's going to come and create some sort of tornado or earthquake or meteorite or whatever it is, you see. It's, you cannot blame the universe. You cannot blame nature. You cannot blame mankind. It's what is taking place is taking place for that consciousness that has no way of stopping what it creates. See, consciousness creates a baby. It doesn't say, right, it's going to grow in this direction. It's going to have fair hair. It's going to have, it's going to be 5 feet 10. It's going to be a man. It creates the baby. It creates life, and then everything happens on its own. Natural evolution. But I'm not here to speak about the goods and the bads of humanity. The oneness is when all of that subsides, submerges within itself. Oneness is that when all the words are taken together, they come from the same word, I. They're all born from the same word, I. One. Same. Makeup. One. I. And the proof of that, it always, every word refers to you. When you see every word in your mind or in front of you or in the dictionary or whatever it is, it's always the you, the I, the me that's referring to it. All words are based on whatever it is for your attention. When you take everything back to the root, scrape everything down to the beginning that Rumi speaks about, the experience of this mind beginning to operate is the experience of you beginning to know that you are alive. Otherwise you don't know you're alive. Baby doesn't know it's alive till the parents give it a name, tell it how to speak, yeah, show it the differences between the cow and the elephant, and the differences between foods and how to put the shoes on. The baby doesn't know it's alive. You don't know you're alive with no mind. It has been proven in Alzheimer's and dementia, they don't really know they're alive. All of the time. Sometimes there's oh, hello John, I remember you. The mind is here to give us an idea of what we are. But the words have superseded the idea of what we are. We're not interested in what we are anymore. We're interested in what the words can give us, can provide us with. Whether it's intelligence, whether it's money, whether it's superiority, whether it's through an interest of challenging itself, growing, expanding itself. But in the expansion, we disappear and our mind is always over there. The words are always over there, pointing in the direction of over there. And the body's saying, what about me? What about me? And that's the first sign of awakening. Me. And again, I repeat Christ's words, through me. I is the way. You see? Through me, it takes you back to that original one, that original I. And few are fortunate to go through the I, beyond the I, beyond consciousness. But there's no words that can describe it. Namaste.